Welcome back, Select Start Fantasy subscribers. My name is Big Baller, Edgar Matsus, and I'm here to give you guys my quick reaction to Antonio Brown signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Speculation had hinted that he may have gone to Seattle or Baltimore, but ultimately we get a nice little reunion with Tom Brady. And we had that one game sample size from last year's Week 1 where Tom Brady loaded him up on 8 targets for 4 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown. It was a pretty good fantasy day, and Tom Brady seemed pretty pleased from a football perspective. It was a pretty good day for Tom Brady that week too. So let's talk about Tom Brady. I think you have Tom Brady as a mid-tier QB1 rest of the season. I think he offers you 300-plus yard upside every single week, and I think that the touchdown volume that could come with the receiving core that he has now getting healthy with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Obviously, you've got Gronk. You've got Ronald Jones as one of the top rushers this year, and now you throw Antonio Brown into the mix. I think this is fantastic for Tom Brady. You really do want to hold on to Tom Brady if you have him in any fantasy format right now, because he could be a very consistent, solid quarterback. He showed hints of it last year with a much worse New England receiving core. This is a much better receiving core, and Tom Brady has played exceptionally well with them in some games. So there are flashes for us to rely upon. But what does this do with the rest of the guys we got coming in? Well, I project Antonio Brown to come in and be the wide receiver 1. Tom Brady has not yet shown any preference such exceeding to any of the options in Tampa Bay's receiving core that would make you believe that not bringing in his own guy is any reason for this guy not to step in and immediately be Tom Brady's favorite target. Chris Godwin has seen 6 to 7 targets consistently in his 3 games with yardage totals of 79, 64, and 84 in those games, and he's only scored a touchdown. Yes, Chris Godwin is definitely set to bounce back. He's a talent, but it doesn't seem that he has that rapport yet, that he has become Tom Brady's favorite guy, and missing games certainly is not going to help with that. This may have been a missed opportunity now for Chris Godwin to really step up and become the guy that we expected from last season. Remember, his breakout did come with Jameis, not with Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a different quarterback, and he's got different preferences. I really believe that Chris Godwin now falls into a similar role to what we're seeing right now, 6 to 8 targets, consistently getting receptions, mid-tier to high occasional yardage totals, and a touchdown upside. But I think Mike Evans is your touchdown to go. I think he's the guy you want to target if you think you're going to get touchdowns out of this offense. He's been their goal line to go wide receiver, if not emblematic of his two touchdown game, 2 yards. Mike Evans has kind of been that this season. Looking back at his numbers, I've noticed every game he's got a touchdown, but he's barely gotten over 100 yards only twice, and he's only gotten over 5 receptions 3 games. So he's been low volume. He's lived off those touchdowns. But why should we expect that to stop? This offense is designed to give these opportunities to players, and Mike Evans has found a role, if not the role that we expected or may have wanted as fantasy owners who would love more 100-yard games, more high-volume games. But Mike Evans has been consistent, and I will buy consistency even in low volume. So moving on, where does that leave us with a guy like Gronk? Well, I think Gronk is the most hurt, the most hit by this situation. Gronk had shown slightly higher volume, some flashes here of games where he would get 8 targets. I don't think that happens again. I think you're back to treating Gronk as an absolute touchdown dart throw, and he might be one of the higher upside touchdown dart throws, but I wouldn't look at him any differently than a Jimmy Graham. In fact, I'd probably take Jimmy Graham. He's seeing a better target volume, and he's got less target competition. I think this is a big hit to Rob Gronkowski's value. So where does this leave us? Well, now if you're looking at your roster, you've got one of these guys. What do you do? Are you holding? Are you selling? Are you dropping? Did you pick up AB12? Is he already on your roster? Is he yours? Well, let me run you through it. If I got Tom Brady, I'm holding. If I got Mike Evans, I'm holding. If I have Godwin, I'm selling to somebody who still is holding on to Godwin from last year, who's still holding on to last year's wide receiver 3, top guy. I don't think that's Godwin for the rest of this season. Sell him while he has that value. Don't sell him when that value's lost. Antonio Brown, you know what? See if anyone's even more excited than you are about Antonio Brown. See if you can get that big package. He's a big name. Don't be afraid to sell and get something back. But don't think that you don't have a very viable player. Antonio Brown is my prediction to be a wide receiver 1 for the rest of the season following week 9 as he begins with the New Orleans Saints. And finally, Gronk, he's a stream and he's a drop. Unless you're in a tight end premium league, I don't really see much reason to hold on to him. And my final hold, drop, sell, drop Leonard Fournette. Ronald Jones is playing too well. and his opportunities are just going away to better options. Shout out to the Select Start League. Go get those select touches. Travis Fulgham just went up. I know I went to catch that. When I watched the game, I wanted to go back and see those receptions. 11 targets, 5 receptions, I believe 87 yards or so. Fulgham was playing well. Those select touches will show you exactly what he was up to. And get your scouting hat on. Let's get ready to win fantasy weeks. Don't forget to subscribe. Push that notification bell. Just know when we're putting new stuff up, you're going to want to see what we have. Big Baller out. Select Start Football. Keep it with it.